Many people are consumed by the spirit of lust. How can a matured man tell a 15 years old girl to go nude for him? I have a little cousin that lives with me. She's not even up to 18. She told me that this particular man chatted her on social media. They're not just chatting her. From chatting, they became friends, Anytime they chat, he will ask her, what are you wearing? I want to see you. I want to this. I want to that. He will tell her to be touching herself. And she will say, no, I can't do that. I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to start from. Anytime they chat, especially at night, when everybody's asleep, he will tell her, I want to know what you're wearing. What are you wearing? She will I don't know. So I don't know what you're talking about. Because the man, according to her, the man came as a friend, as as a good person, as a good friend, a matured friend. That was the picture he played, not knowing that the man is a devourer. According to her, the one that happened on the 21st night, breaking 22nd, the man chatted her up as usual because she started avoiding him. What is happening? I want to know what is happening. Why is it that you don't talk to me anymore? You will be online, I will chat you, don't reply my chats. So all of a sudden, the man kind of started threatening her. Then the next thing, he sent his nude pictures where he's pressing it, playing with his manhood and all that. A kid that's not even up to 17. Are you okay? I don't know this sex thing in Africa. I don't know what is wrong with people. I told him categorically, I'm going to post his manhood on social media. From his profile, you get to know that he's not just anybody. I told him he has been begging, apologizing that he will never repeat such again. But you've done it already. This is what they teach little girls. And when these girls start practicing such nonsense, you see them, they get lost. And they will not be able to control their sexual urge. That is what is going on in society today. I tell parents that parenting is sacred. God made you a parent to that child for a reason. You are a gatekeeper. Your duty is not just to give them food to eat, to grow. Your duty is to nurture them from cradle to adulthood. That is the job of a parent. My colleague told me a story. In a particular place she was working, a company where she was working before she joined this organization, there's this particular man. He's the head of human resources. He doesn't even care whether you are married or not. He must sleep with you. And that was how she quit her job. When they transferred that man to that state, all he was busy doing was to be sleeping with people. Then she just had her first child. She said, no, I can't have anything to do with you. I'm married, not just married. I'm a pastor's wife and I have a son. Well, how can I sleep with you? The man said, I don't want to know. You must, and that is how it is. I've had cases where people chat me on social media. You don't know me. You've gone through my profile. I'm not a commercial sex worker. But all you tell me is, which hotel are we going to meet? In fact, there's this particular man, shameless idiots. I don't know what is wrong with you people. You don't know me. You've never seen me in person. You just chatted me on social media. And the next thing, please, which hotel room are we going to? I'm coming down to Port Harcourt. I want to meet you. You meet me in so hotel. You're not even talking of meeting you in a restaurant. You're not talking of meeting you in a park. You're not talking of coming to the person's office. It's hotel. Not even hotel now. You can meet in the hotel lounge or wherever. But this one, your hotel room. Africa is so interested in sex. You have an office. God have elevated you to a particular position, and all you do is sleep with women in that office. You will never grow. Or you have a shop, you are beginning to thrive, you begin to prosper. You started sleeping with women in that shop, that business will start collapsing. Quote me anywhere. I don't know how you people see sex. Do you know what sex is? Do you know the spirit that goes with sex? Sexual intercourse. I talked about Balthazar. Why I mentioned his name? Because he went for a woman that is like him. That was why I use him as an illustration. I am not saying that what he did is morally justified, no. Or what he is doing is morally justified, no. Because he's creating problem for himself and for his children. Let me tell you something. What David did, who do you think paid for it? His children. God is not deceived. A sinner will never go unpunished. God is not mocked. A sinner will never ever go unpunished. David is a man after God's heart. God loves him so much. He fought all his battles for him. He favored him above all his brethren. He picked him from the bush and put him in the palace and made him king over Israel. But yet, because of what he did to Uriah, he will not pay him the consequences of what he did in his time. His children will bear it. He said, the kingdom has been turned from your hands. And it happened. So that is why you see captain of industries in Africa. You see people with money in big offices. They have junkies as children. Their children are junkies. Innocent children. They are paying for the sins of their fathers. Some people, they can't even give you any position. You can't get anything from them except they have sex with you. You are telling a girl to touch her breast, to show you her breast, to touch her VV, her down parts, her down skirts, to touch herself, to romance herself, masturbate. Listen, girls, when you start doing things like that, at a time you will not have control over your sex life. You will start disgracing your parents, disgracing your family, disgracing yourself. Any man you see, you will want to have sex with him. That is how bad it is. Such men that will tell you to touch this, touch that, touch, have sex with yourself, teaching you masturbation, something you've never done before. What if this little girl, this my little sister, started doing what that useless man asked her to do? What will have happened to her? That is why so many teenagers are addicted to sex. They will tell you, send your new. Why would you? Okay, look at one is happening now. A woman of 43, a small boy of 21 years is messing her up. He asked her to send him her nude picture where she's touching herself. The woman was, I don't know what is wrong with people. A small boy who's old enough to be your son. Look at how the devil have reduced people. A 43 years old woman. What are you doing with a 21 years old boy? Why won't God punish you? When they start teaching you such things on social media, it opens doors to hell. You are being initiated into nonsense unknown to you. Spiritually, they are tying you, putting you in bondage. Hell will be let loose, and the demons of the spirit of the dog manipulate with you. Back in the days when I was in the university, when I was still practicing radical Christianity, a young lady met me. She was really crying. We could see her crying. She said she can't control herself. Sexually, she doesn't know what is wrong with her. We were able to pray and helped her, and God delivered her. Said if she see a young man, a handsome young man, the next thing she will want to have sex with the person. When you are creating something like that, a spirit comes, and before you know it, the person, you start having sex in the dream. You have start having sex. From having sex in the dream, you grow into having sex anyhow on the streets. You become a street girl. Yes. Not just the girls now, the boys are being sodomized. They are sending such things to the boys too. They are sodomizing the boys through this nonsense. Teach them rubbish. If you allow this, you allow them to molest you sexually on the video. If you allow this as a young promising woman, as a young promising man, as a teenager, you've opened doors to hell. You've unleashed the dragon. And you start doing things you never imagined you can do. And before you wriggle yourself out of this nonsense, it will take time. It takes the grace of God. When they come like this, block them. Don't even listen to them. They are not. It's not worth it. It's a casual request for a revealing picture. That is how it starts. They come, they crawl in gradually, little by little. Please, can I see your picture? Oh, you look wonderful. Oh, you look sexy. I can't hold it anymore. I want to have you. I can die for you. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. If he's married, he will tell you, oh, why didn't I see you? Oh, before I married my wife. Oh, dear. Lies. Before you know it, you are trapped in a circle of sex addiction. So parents, this is a wake-up call for you. Protect your children, especially teenagers, from this rising tide of immorality. It's getting crazier by the day. Share message like this with your children. I mean your teenage children. Share message like this with them. Talk to them about the dangers of exposing themselves online and teach them to block anyone who asks for inappropriate content. As a parent, you are the gatekeeper of your children's lives. Use prayers and wisdom to shield them from these influences. That is your job as a parent. I'm very busy, more than busy. But I don't joke with my children. They are the center of my universe. I listen to them, I teach them. If I don't teach them in the morning, I teach them at night. And when I see videos like this, I send to them, especially when they are in school. Let them listen. And when they listen, they will call me and ask me questions. That is how you take care of your children. You pray for them, not just praying for them. You teach them, you follow them up. I don't know how to put it for you people to understand. And for the ladies, don't be afraid to walk away from anyone who tries to manipulate you into compromising your dignity. And for pastors, it's time to address these issues from the pulpit. Teach people about the dangers of sexual immorality and how to guard their hearts towards it. How to protect themselves from the dangers of the last days. A lot is happening. People are in bondage. I want to tell you something very important. This is not just for the teenager, it's for everybody. Controlling your sexual appetite is the key to living a long and successful moral life. Yes, immorality might seem like a personal choice, but its consequences ripple into every aspect of your life. And now to the teenagers, stay vigilant, be prayerful. Block those who seek to drag you into sin of shame, and protect your mind, body, and soul from all this.